Alright class, here's the key for the Newton's Law Test 2. Anytime that you need to pause this video to get this key, to get the answers, you can do so. So here is the explanation for number 1. This is how you do number 2. The one thing that you need to know here is that when it says that it gives you 400 newtons, that's its weight, and so you actually have to calculate the mass by dividing that weight by gravity to get the mass here. And then that is how you do number 2. There is the explanation for number 3 and the picture for it. If you need help understanding any of this, please come in and see me before you retake. Number 4, the things in the boxes were the things that I did first. Then I had to manipulate for A. I manipulated this right here for A. It gave me the force in the problem, but I had to figure out the force of friction, which I did right here in this area. And then I also had to find the mass, which I did right down here in this area. And I have a little reminder here that mu is the coefficient of friction. Number 5, this is the explanation and how to do number 5. This right here is the greater number, and so that proves that the box will move. If this were the greater number, the box would have stayed. If these numbers were both equal, you might have seen constant velocity there. So that could be another way I asked the question. Number 6, and the answer is G, and then I'm going to slide it over. So what you do is you draw you a pick first, then you note that this is the bigger mass, so this is going to go down, which gives negative A, this is positive A. You sum up your forces for both blocks, you solve this equation or the other equation for F of T, it doesn't matter, and then you plug it into the other equation. So this is right here that has parentheses around it, that's my F of T. And then I need to get my A's all on one side and my MG's on the other side. Then I factor my A out here, and then I actually start over here, and I divide by this M plus M right down here, and then I put in my numbers, and then I get my answer. Number 7, here is the explanation for number 7, right here. Number 8, here is a picture and the explanation for number 8. So in this case, gravity won't affect it because it is perpendicular to the motion. But if there was some friction involved, then friction's formula is mu F of N. So in that case, if there was friction involved, there could be an effect there. So that could be another way I could ask the question. Number 9, right here I drew my picture. I summed up my forces right here, found my F of N. Then I found my force of static friction, which is 400. So it needs 400 newtons to overcome the static friction. I do not have that, therefore the crate will not move. Number 10, it's basically a process of elimination question. Here is pictures of it, and here it is explained right here. Here is a pick and free bodies for the free response. I think those are pretty self-explanatory. To find the tensional forces, you have to find FT2 and then plug into FT2, FT1 on the other side, so I actually had to do what's starred first. I had to do this first. Then I brought it over here and plugged it in right there. And then I solved for FT1. So that's everything. If you have any questions about that, come in and see me. Thanks.